What's up, Jake Paulers? So as you know, occasionally on this YouTube channel, I like to cover the latest drama and gossip. And I know a lot of you are from the YouTube drama videos I've made in the past, so if that's something you'd like to keep seeing, make sure to leave a like so I know that you enjoy that type of content. But don't worry, I'll still be making my usual comedy videos. I have a video about my senior prom coming out in a couple of days, possibly a vlog, so if that's something you want to see, make sure to subscribe. Today's video, I wanted to do what every single other YouTuber was doing and make a video about Lil Tay, aka the youngest flexer of the century. I'm sure most of you know who Lil Tay is. She's that 9-year-old girl who brags about how rich she is on Instagram. She just flaunts all her money. In these videos, she comes across as extremely rude and disrespectful, but I stayed away from covering her because, as I mentioned, she's 9 years old, but two, there had to be some influence of someone in her life. It's not like she came out of the womb flexing, like someone had to encourage her to behave that way. And it turns out there was someone who was manipulating her and encouraging her to do these things. Instagram star, well, Vicky, I don't know if you remember her, I try to forget her. She actually said that Lil Tay's brother was the one who was manipulating Lil Tay.
It's her brother that runs her account. He just be telling her what to say and what to do. She don't know what half the stuff mean. He just like be telling her what to say and be bossing her around, be like, wear this, wear that. And she be crying because she don't be wanting to do all that. She a sweet girl and the mom just don't know what's going on. It's like the brother run the house.
And for once, I'm applauding Will Vicky. Like, well done. You did actually a great thing, and I'm not being sarcastic. I think it was good that she actually spoke up and said what was happening, so well done, Will Vicky. This is probably the one time I will be applauding you, so congrats. And another thing that I felt was kind of crazy is that the mom doesn't even know what's going on. From what Will Vicky was saying, it sounds like it's the brother who's like controlling all of this, which is just really weird to think about and kind of disturbing. And I understand if that's not enough evidence for you because it is essentially he said, she said, there is no proof. Until now. Recently there was leaked footage of Lil Tay's brother, Rycie, that's his name, where he would feed Lil Tay lines to say. And it's really disturbing to watch, honestly.
Go back and say like, no, you broke ass bitch. You are out here like with your irrelevant ass. You making a video.
Alright, so I would just like to point out, I wouldn't say I'm a master at reading facial expressions, but if you look at her face here, it really looks like she isn't having fun.
Mommy, stop! I was filming!
So another thing I'd like to point out, clearly she's kind of stressed out when she's filming these videos. Also on top of that, she speaks normally, like you know that thing where she talks like she's like a gangster or whatever, that's all an act. This girl's become hated by the internet because her brother thought it would be a good idea to exploit her. Keep in mind, this kid is 16 years old. Instead of making good videos on his own in order to gain YouTube fame, he thought it would be a good idea to get that fame through his sister, which is downright disgusting. He did try to make a channel, but his videos weren't very good. And trust me when I say this, his videos are worse than mine, which is really saying a lot because my videos are terrible. Now the brother is 16. I was 16 at a time. And by at a time, I mean about 2 years ago. I know he was completely conscious of what he's doing. I can see my 16-year-old self in that situation and knowing that that is wrong. And what makes this even more disturbing is that if you go through Lil Tay's Instagram videos, and I encourage you to go and watch a lot of these videos, the reason why I want you to do this is because now you know that she was being fed these lines from her brother. And it just makes it really disturbing because in these videos, she's saying awful things and racial slurs. This 16-year-old kid was getting his 9-year-old sister to say racial slurs, awful things about other people, just so he could get fame and money, and he's exploiting her. And the thing that intrigued me the most is that Lil Tay has been a figure for a while, like a couple months she's been big. And I didn't understand why no one spoke out about it until now. She collabed with Jake Paul, Wolfie Rap, she hung out with Lil Pump, and none of them knew that this was going on. None of them knew that this 9-year-old was being manipulated by her family. And even if they didn't know about this, even if they were completely oblivious to it, why would they agree to collab with someone who has said so many terrible things? By collabing with her, you are essentially encouraging her behavior. So I am glad that most of the internet doesn't really hate this 9-year-old anymore. I'm glad the truth was exposed. And I want to wrap up this video by trying to offer a solution and say something meaningful. And I usually don't do that. Lil Tay's brother, as I mentioned, Rycie, is 16. I completely understand that. I don't want this kid to get hate for the rest of his life. Personally, I think this will blow over, but I don't want this kid to get hate. What I think should happen is that he and his sister put an end to their social media careers. Again, this probably will not happen, but that's just my solution. I think at least they should take a break and he should try to help his sister live a normal life. That being said, it is going to be difficult because he dug them such a deep hole. He's created this character that is Lil Lil Tay, and it's gonna be hard to escape that. This is the last video I'll be making about Lil Tay, the first and last video. The reason is because I don't really want to give this any more attention. So I encourage everyone to take this hate away, and I think it's best that we just ignore them and stop giving them all this attention. Because once we stop giving Lil Tay attention, there will be no point for them to make these videos anymore because no one's gonna watch them. But that's all I have to say about today's topic. If you agree or disagree with me, please leave a comment down below. I will be featuring some of the best comments in next week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you have not already. As I said, I got some cool videos coming out, so if you want to see that, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.
I'm a Harvard dropout.
What city is Harvard in?
I kind of forgot because I haven't been there in a long time.